In recent days, there are so many complaints about the ERP 2.0 that some of us hope that you simply go away. But I have a suggestion that all drivers will agree one. Watch on to see if you agree or not. So, just a brief recap. The old ERP is too old and therefore we are moving to a new high-tech ERP whereby GPS will be used to determine the ERP prices. With that, current vehicles with the old IU need to change to a new IU called the onboard unit, formerly known as OBU, which is why IU was here last week to educate us about not the same one. Current vehicles have been replaced with the new OBU progressively since last year, and new vehicles from 1st May 2024 will be fitted with the new OBU instead. This is why you are reading so much news about it, as more people are installing it now and more people are complaining about it as well. You see, this new OBU is quite different. For a start, it comes in 3 pieces: a touchscreen display that's mounted in front of you, an antenna that's like a middle child who's cause no one cares or talk about it, and then the processing unit that also holds a cash card. One of the top complaints is the processing unit cause it's installed at the passenger's footwell. Yeah, I know you don't know what footwell is, so this is footwell, the space for a feet in the vehicle. Unlike the old IU that is static and will only be so-called active when it passes by a gantry like ERP or parking gantry. This OBU isn't as it will process information when the engine is on. It's like a laptop used by kids nowadays. It's never switched off on, and the computer in here is always running. Yeah, if you want to know a person's age, just see if their laptop is switched off or not. So what happened is that recently, some TikTok videos about people complaining about the placement of the processing unit went viral. This one by Labs is one of the most viral one, whereby his repeated question of who's the champion who came out with this idea and his struggle to put and retrieve his cash card made people laugh. Now, on a serious note, this looks funny, but as a driver, why cats cannot drive, man? Do you know that cars not even have a special license for us called Class 3C, which is 3 cat? Or for losers who don't know how to drive manual. Yeah, any drivers will know that how sometimes you will see jokers suddenly braking in front of you before an ERP, likely cause they are putting their cash card into their IU. Now, you can imagine this happening on the expressway. That's going to be super dangerous. So, moving on, shortly after that, LTA did a video explaining why it has to be at the footwell. Cause throughout, people are wondering why the motorcycle version can be a 1-piece OUB, but the car version need 3 pieces, and why the processing unit is located in such a 鸟不生蛋 place. Long story cut short, it's placed there as they've done studies to show that if it's placed at the current IU location, you'll get super hot, up to 52.4 degrees Celsius. However, if placed at the footwell area, it will be at 38.7 degrees Celsius. This is because of the enclosed area in the car, whereby heat can build up faster. But like that, why not put it at the driver footwell? Well, on 2nd May 2024, the champion has spoken. LTA put out a media release saying that the processing unit can be installed at the driver's footwell instead, depending on the car. They also added new info cause they say they're always receiving feedback to simply go and improve. You see, one of the improvements is that their goal is to remove the need to take out the cash card. One way is for drivers to press a button on the touchscreen to disable the cash card so that we won't have this conversation again. Shit man, got free parking ticket I forget to use! Walao, waste money, $17
Hey, Bodo, just make U-turn in front go into this car park again, then go out again with the complimentary parking
Hey, you bodoh why not just reverse can?
Gong bilang.
Yeah, also Nets will give an additional cash card for people who install the OBU, so drivers can use them in some old car parks that still need you to tap the car on the gantry. In addition, they also encourage people to opt in to auto top up their cash card, so they won't need to take out their cash card. But if so, I ask you why not just make it simply go whereby it can auto deduct from a card or account registered with the processing unit it's account based instead of card based. Why so familiar? Like that, we will never need to use a card cause it's 2024 Why are we still using physical cards? Also, if that is possible, I'm sure all drivers will love that. Walao, we got see the Q&A shopping center when one joker's cash card is not working or not. I go next, I scared one. If you know it, you know it. I always got scared one. If you think I learned something, consider subscribing and also watch this video to be slightly smarter.